Oh my god, the mic was muted the whole time. Not just a lore run. It is a lore run, but other lore runs commonly are focused on finding out, the secret of the game or something like that. This run is focused on investigating what kind of ontology is happening, what kind of ontology, which is always interesting in Miyazaki's games, the epistemology, the history of the world that's tied in a philosophical way to those sorts of questions that I think Miyazaki's game raises. Also, Hegel's phenomenology of spirit. Okay. Also relevant to this is I recently got into Dungeons and Dragons again. I've been playing that again, and I think really there's some cool stuff that we can talk about with that. So let's look at the classes. Let's see what we got here. So we got Vagabond. Okay, so class. This is cool because this is actually like old school AD&D. That different classes actually have different levels, like literally starting levels. That's cool. So vigor. Does anyone know? I guess vigor is probably like health. It's like HP basically. Constitution. Mind has gotta be magic, right? Endurance is obviously going to be stamina. Strength. I think this is just like Dark Souls. It's just literally straight up D&D. Strength is melee weapons and dex is ranged weapons. I don't know what intelligence would be then. Unless intelligence is spell casting, in which case I don't know what mind is. I'm going in completely blind to this, by the way. I thought it would be cool to do like Vadi's videos first and do a little bit of prep, but I did no prep. Like, the game's out. Fuck it, let's go. Faith, that's cool. Arcane, that's cool. Can I see, like... It's not gonna let me, like... No, wait, no, we'll back. Yeah, so... I want, like, lore descriptions. Oh, there we go. Okay. Human figure that represents overall attributes. Yeah. You can level up using runes. Okay. It's just souls in this is runes, I guess. Okay. Vigor is HP. FP must be... Is that focus points or something? Is that what magic is? Governing stamina also affects robustness. Attack power. Yeah, so this is what I thought. Oh, Dex is tied to spells. Oh, I like that. Harder to be knocked off your horse. This is like coming full circle. I feel like if Demon Souls and shit and the early stuff was based on eco, now we're in Shadow of the Colossus with we're on a horse. Glint. Okay, yeah, intelligence is magic, just like D&D. Oh, it's literally D&D because intelligence is like arcane magic and faith is like cleric, healing, divine magic. Oh no, there's arcane down here. Discovery, I'm guessing, is like item drops. Holy defense, vitality. So I don't know, and I don't want to read necessarily. Like I don't want to do a build in that sense. Like I'll do that later. But this is like I like to do D&D style. I like to do not the build that's the best build, but that is the most interesting storyline. So can I do? Oh, I can do that. Can I do? Is it Is there a description of the class? That's what I want to see. So there's no class descriptions. Okay. That's what I was kind of hoping. Okay. So Vagabond, I guess, is a Vagabond, a warrior. Well, let's look at the stats. So that's actually like a little bit interesting to me that the warrior has less vigor. Vagabond maybe is a little bit like barbarian in D&D or something, with a better name than that. Well, no, strength is worth on warrior also. Okay, warrior is dex basically. Okay. So basically, I'm going to choose warrior over vagabonds because it looks like they're... Oh, if I want better dex. It seems like vagabond is just like the safe quality build choice. Okay, hero. Hero. Lowest level yet. High vigor. I kind of want something with high endurance just because I like to move around in these games. Oh, so this is the barbarian, clearly. It might make most sense for me to play barbarian because the Souls game I've played the most is Bloodborne. So I actually have no experience really using a shield because I didn't really play Dark Souls. I'm going to, but I like the idea of being a bandit and just like your stats kind of suck. Oh no, never mind. You got arcane. It is pretty good. Astrologer, that's got to be a caster class. Yeah. Prophet, and so this is an arcane caster. This is a divine caster. Oh, cool, samurai. That's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna min-max this at all, like I said. So just at a glance, I'm not gonna really be able to say what I want. I do like the idea of being a divine. Something about that I just really like. But the thing is, I don't know that I want to be a spellcaster, so we got a confessor. I wish there was, like, my plan was that there was going to be a narrative description of these and I would pick purely off narrative, but there isn't. So narratively, I do not know what the difference between Vagabond and Warrior is. I see the stat differences, but I guess I would rather go Vagabond in that case because I'm not usually like a dex range weapon kind of person. Hero. Is Bandit just like... Oh, Arcane. Right, I said the same thing before. Arcane. Astrologer. It's not ideal. Prophet. We've got the club. Like old school. There's so much D&D in here. Except for this. Samurai is not D&D. I mean, well, not like old school D&D. But the monk was in there, so... What do I want to do? Should I just do this one? Would that just be funny? A wretch. Maybe... Confessor. Actually, well, this is why I wanted to watch Vati's videos just before, just to know kind of, because, you know, in D&D you should do like a session 0 and know kind of what the world you're getting in is, but I don't. So it's hard to really pick what class I think is a cool narrative. Confessor. I'm very drawn to the Confessor. I'm either going to do Confessor or Vagabond. And I'm kind of leaning Vagabond, just that kind of like safe bet, just like play Ryu in Street Fighter, like kind of deal. But I'm always drawn to like Divine Casters, just because I think that's cool. Confessor. We've got Heidegger over here, so you know, if we want to be the Confessor of Being, the Weltansicht. But I think, yeah, you know, Vagabond is actually, you know, I'm going in knowing nothing about the game, so yeah, I'm a Vagabond. I literally am a Vagabond in the world of, what is the name of the, I don't know the name of the world either. I'm literally going in blind. So Vagabond is what we're gonna do. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Why couldn't I just do it from the beginning? Vagabond. A knight exiled from their homeland to wander. A solid armor-clad origin. Okay, yeah, exactly. So this is like perfect mirror probably for our first playthrough, narratively speaking. Like this is the guy that wandered in from and was forced out, the exile. I like that. Warrior. Okay, so it is. So maybe we're all nomads. We're necessarily nomads because it says a nomad warrior who fights wielding 2 blades at once. An origin of exceptional technique. Yeah, so this is just like a normal fighter. This is like a highly skilled fighter. And I want to go Vagabond, I think, for that. A stalwart hero at home with a battle axe, descended from a Badlands chieftain. Oh, I like that. Since I've got it on aged, finally aged back. Wrinkly skin on here. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so far everyone's nomadic. A dangerous bandit who strikes for weak points, excels at ranged combat with bows. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do ranged combat for this playthrough, but yeah, okay. Yeah, scholar. This is a philosophy stream. Maybe we should be a scholar. Oh, that hood looks weird, kind of. A scholar who reads fate in the stars, heir to the school of... Okay, so there's going to be different schools of magic. Yeah. Prophet, a seer, ostracized... Ooh, I like that. A prophet, but you literally got kicked out. We got to do this for everyone. See that big? A seer ostracized for inauspicious prophecies, well versed in healing incantations. Yeah, that's gonna be a later playthrough kind of deal, but I definitely want to do a character with that because that's cool. Samurai, a capable from the distant land of reeds. So is the land of reeds Japan? Is there a Japan in this? Is this like Gygax Greyhawk, where the world maps perfectly onto real Earth? A capable fighter from the distant lands of reeds, handy with katana and longbows. Yeah, that also looks cool, but it's definitely not going to be my first playthrough. Prisoner bound in an iron mask. That's funny. Is that Yokotaro? Hello, Yokotaro. When is the next Nier coming out? A prisoner bound in an iron mask. Okay, so wait, so they're both glintstone. Scholar and prisoner are glintstone, having lived among the elite prior to sentencing. So okay, so that seems to tell us 2 things at least, or maybe one or the other, that there's a serious thing called glintstone sorcery. Is it magic that uses a glint stone, whatever that is, or is it a name for a school or type of magic? But it tells us that this guy either it was because he was trained in glintstone sorcery that he lived among the elite. Whether that's like as like a court jester or something, or whether that's a kind of as a warrior or something, or a castle guard. So maybe that's what it was, and then he got sentenced for doing something wrong. Or maybe it's the opposite, although I'm leaning towards the former. Maybe it's that glintstone sorcery is evil or frowned upon. So actually what he used to live among the elites, he was an elite by other means, but he got sentenced for engaging in glintstone sorcery. So we already got something there that, or like a, I should put questions. Well, then it's going to take over the screen, so I won't. But questions like, what is glintstone sorcery? That's an early question for us. And again, I didn't watch any prep videos. I'm going in blind, so of course it's possible that was like Vati revealed that in the first video that he did or whatever, what glintstone sorcery is. But we're gonna find out. Also, I was thinking as I read this, reads fate in the stars. Here's my guess. You have some kind of stone called a glintstone, and the glint of the stars reflects off the stone, and that's how you get the magic or whatever. It's tied totally to the stars. Which I guess could be the heavens, but it's probably different than a divine magic. Confessor. Okay. Gotta be. This has gotta be. There's the dick. This has gotta be Miyazaki classic. There's a church. The church is corrupt and evil, right? A church spy adept at covert operations, equally adept with a sword as they are with their incantations. So, I mean, this is a paladin basically from D&D. Weapon and magic. Okay. And so I'm guessing, yeah, but mainly they're a soldier for the church, but they get to partake of the divine magic a little bit. And then wretch. A poor, purposeless sod, naked as the day they were born. A nice club was all they have. But not completely naked, because we're trying to see something and it ain't there. Oh, that skin though. Okay. Sorry, is this ageism? Am I an ageist now? Sorry. I think I just want to go Vagabond. First playthrough, I just want to keep it simple. And I like that narratively. I like that I'm exiled from my homeland to wander. That's cool. Just, because it's like in terms of mirroring the game and the narrative, I'm playing a game I've never played before, wandering around. Why wouldn't I be exiled from a land? So this is cool. You get a little keepsake. No keepsake. The past has been well and truly left behind. I'm not going to do that. Oh, but I like making it harder for myself, so I don't like that these make it easier. A medallion inlaid with crimson amber. The gold of grace shining in the eyes of the... Okay, right. I remember this, actually. I know this. It's called the Lands Between. So I'm a vagabond exiled to the Lands Between. Used to gain many runes. Runes are souls in this, right? So that just means I'm gonna have even more runes, which I don't necessarily want, because I don't like leveling up too fast. A golden seed washed ashore from the lands between, said to reinforce sacred flasks. And that obviously must be the healing item. Probably the same as Dark Souls. Fanged imp ashes. The ashes of small... Well, that's interesting that the item is fanged imp, but the description is golems. I mean, am I wrong? Those are definitely not the same thing, right? An imp is like a little demon, and a golem is like an animated out of like mud or rock or something. The ashes of small diminutive golems. Ashes are said to hold spirits within. This one we have no clue really what the gameplay mechanical of this is, which I actually like, but 3 strange cracked pots that somehow mend themselves. A container for certain thrown items. That's probably really useful for a specific kind of build. 2 stone keys shaped like swords. Break the seal on imp statues, but can only be used once. 5 sacred branches. Oh, sorry. So that's a stone sword key. Okay, we don't know what imp statues are, so we're just gonna have to find out as we play. Bewitching branch. 5 sacred branches charged with beguiling power, said to originate from the demigod Michaela, I think. Okay, well, so now we know there are demigods in this world. It's just like, I guess demigod means the kind of ancient Greek myth thing, right? Half one parent's a god, one parent's immortal. Which I actually like. 5 pieces of boiled prawn. So you use it 5 times? And that's your deal? The crazed likeness of a noble whose eyes have been gouged out. Oh, this is aggro. The eyes are always getting gouged out. It's like Bloodborne again. Or we got some, but we got Greek myths also, and I don't know if that's from Miyazaki or George R.R. Martin, so it could be just a Oedipus reference. I'm gonna do this, I think, because that can work with my character. Vagabonds. So I'm a knight, right? So my guy. What's a good name for a knight? So I'm an old knight. I was exiled. Why was I exiled? What's a cool reason to be exiled? I think I don't always like making characters that are like necessarily good. So I don't know if I want to make the backstory, like I was exiled for doing what was right when my king didn't want me to. I'm gonna make it like there's a chivalric code of honor that I'm supposed to follow as a knight in my home kingdom. But I have a kind of like, maybe my character's evil actually, but my character has a real lust for knowledge, especially divine knowledge, because he's the prophet of being. He is where the Seinsfrage is going to ask itself. So I think maybe he betrayed his post, or even double-crossed someone to... I'll think about the specifics of what happened, but he betrayed someone, double-crossed someone, to try to gain some kind of hidden knowledge that wasn't meant for knights. It was meant for the High King or the High Church or something like that. And so he got exiled, and he's now a nomadic wanderer. He still has, or maybe he stole this. Yeah. So Crimson Amber Medallion, which gives you more HP, is like a item of immortality of some kind, and it's supposed to belong to the king. But in my quest to get closer to the divine, I stole it. But I got caught stealing it. I was exiled, but I was able to sneak off with the medallion, and now I'm a vagabond wandering around, probably, you know, living, staying on inns in people's houses for either stories or, you know, classic D&D, like, fight some people for you. Oh, these are cool. Cool. I love that there's base templates based on storyline. That's so cool. Or wait, I guess these are kind of like races in D&D, but okay. So warrior. So are we all the tarnished? Does anyone know? Is that, I don't know what I didn't watch the videos again. I'm blind playthrough. I guess we're the tarnished. We're like banished to the lands between as tarnished. The most common face among the tarnished. After all, they were all warriors once. Yeah, I'm really doing a kind of vanilla playthrough here. So maybe I just go with that one. Although I really like Truth Seeker. The face of an austere pilgrim. There are many roads to truth. Well, there's only one road to truth, and it's the Unterwegs, on the way to the revealing of the language through the truth of being. So I don't agree with that, but I agree with being on the road to truth for sure. Aristocrat. I almost said aristocrat. A regal face found among those who claim noble blood in the lands between. Well, so that definitely wasn't the butt crack up in here. Tarnished are those who are banished after losing the grace. Ah, interesting. So this is I guess then this is a Legend of Legaia situation, isn't it? The Rimelm tree or whatever has banished us, or Tree of Might, I guess. Dragon Ball Z. Is the tree after image? Is the Erd tree only in this this land, like the lands between, or could my character have known have also lost the grace of the Erd tree in his distant kingdom? Yeah, well, I'm definitely not noble. Loner. Face found among a proud and seclusive tribe of folk well versed in ancient legends and heresies alike. I like that because now I'm thinking I want to be Homer. I want to just be the poet walking around telling stories. But I'm a warrior though with my storyline. Sea dog, nice. Well, you know, for a loner, you sure don't got a very big boner, you know? Okay, after image says I think the Erd tree's only in the lands between. Okay. Maybe I will go warrior anyway, and I'll come up with some way to make it work. Northerner? Well, I do live in the north now. There's a hairy back. And probably a hairy butt, too. On account of my being hairy, I should just go for this one. A face found among the hardy people of the unforgiving north. Some say they're descended from giants. Cool. Some more classic D&D going on there. Classic Gygax adventure against the giants. Seafarer, the face of one who wanders the seas. That's cool, but that's my FF14 character is the Seafarer, so I don't want to do that. This right now. Reedlander, a face from the faraway isolated land of reeds. That's where the samurai is from, right? So that's our Japan, basically. But that could be cool, though, if that's where I'm from. These don't change. Yeah, these just change appearance. Draconian, cool. The stony face of the people of the ancient dragons, among whom life is typically short. That's cool. That kind of has that, like, D&D sorcerer vibe. Like, touched by the magic of the dragons. the stony face of the people of the ancient dragons, among whom life is typically short. Night folk, the feature of those known as night folk, few in number, they were said to bleed so. Okay, so clearly this is like night elves or dark elves. Numenor, or whatever it is from Lord of the Rings. The face of the Numen, or is it from Seinfeld? That hair is good actually for Newman. I mean, it's not his hair, but it's sufficiently crazy. It's like Newman crossed with Kramer. The face of the Newman, supposed descendants of denizens of another world. Long lived, but ooh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't want to go for these super fantasy ones. I want to save those for later playthroughs. And like I said, I want to go something more vanilla for my first playthrough. So, I'm thinking either loner or warrior. Oh, well, truth seeker though. I have to be truth seeker. Yeah, no, actually, for one thing, I want to be a truth seeker because, you know, this is the philosophy stream. Of course, I'm the truth seeker. I'm always underway to language, to Wahrheit. But also, I think the storyline I just came up with actually really makes sense for True Seeker. This guy is very buff though. Why do none of them? Their underwear is too short on all of them. We can see all of their butt cracks, and they also there's too little in the front. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I know what name I want to do. I pretty much always do literary names, and I really like the idea of this. Oh, I gotta type it. I really like the idea of this being. It is weird though, Homer. I feel like The Simpsons ruined it, and now you see Homer and you just think Homer Simpson. Should I be Virgil? Well, then everyone will think Virgil, Texas. I could be who wrote the Theogony? Who was that? Blanking on the name. The other major Greek poet. Is it Herodotus? No, he wrote the histories. I don't know. Who cares? For some reason, I was sure that Homer's what I wanted to do, and then I'm looking at it sitting here, and I'm like, I don't know if it is. What is? Oh, thank you, Afterman. Hesiod. That could be better, actually. The only problem is that I always try to go literary, but these are a little too on the nose, aren't they? Like, I liked, like, when I was, like, Van Helsing in Bloodborne, I named him Abraham instead, which is just Van Helsing's first name, but, like, you know, that makes it sound less campy. And also, you know, then it could also be, like, Abraham from the Bible or any other of the many biblically referenced Abrahams. No, Dante's last name sucks. Alighieri. What is a good epic poet name? I definitely like my character being a kind of epic poet on the way to truth that stole the king's crimson medallion. I like how this character... Wait, how did we switch young? We're aged, don't we? Or maybe just mature. Sounds like I'm like a porn site or something. Mature, aged. Should this be Ezra? Ezra Pound. I'm gonna look. Epic poetry. Can we get a list of Wikipedia? Can you give me a list of famous poets, please? Epic of Gilgamesh I don't think has an author that we know of. Beowulf doesn't. Most don't, actually, which I guess is kind of the point. I also don't. Dante. Oh, man, names. So hard. It's gotta be an epic poet, though. It's gotta be an epic poet. Ish, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna do Elpenor, who is not an epic poet. He's a character in the Odyssey, but he's the character who dies. He they're trapped on Cersei's island, and they're finally free. And then, like an idiot, he it's funny to me. Like, they finally get off the island, but he gets drunk and slips down the ladder and dies. And then he never gets buried because they need to leave. They don't have time to bury him. So true, Sea Dog. It's so hard to come up with good names. But I like Elpenor. I hear the voice of Pound saying it from the first canto. And then Elpenor came. Yeah. What is... Okay, just one last thing. Omega lol, yes. What is... I need to make sure the meaning of Elpenor is cool. If it turns out it's something like really dumb, we're gonna have to change it. But it sounds cool. Elpenor name meaning. Is Google gonna tell me? I should be tuning this on stream, but whatever. All it says is the meaning of Elpenor is one of Odysseus's men. That's funny. Well, according to baby name meanings with a Z, Elpenor means intelligent, wise, one who possesses wisdom, which is pretty funny and probably not true, but we're gonna go with it. That's kind of like too good for my character background, that he's gonna be named Elpenor, and that's gonna mean intelligent, wise, because he's on the path. Yeah, maybe I should just make Bean Freak. Why not? No, we're gonna go with Elpenor. I like that. So he was a knight, and he was exiled because he didn't like his station as a knight. He has the drive underway to truth. He's a truth seeker, and well, that already made people in the castle not like him, but especially once he stole the king's crimson amber medallion, which is said to make people live forever, which he has stolen. Alright, let's go. Elden Ring. Woo woo! Is this gonna be like Bloodborne when I spend 2 hours on the whole character and then accidentally lose them?